So with both sides having completed their movement, we now look at the shooting phase. To complete the shooting, we identify the target, we measure the range. The range for small arms is 30 inches, so you can see there we're clearly within range. Determine the number of attacks by the unit, we count up the number of models in the unit. So in the case we have 10 models, 10 dice. We also have a light machine gun. So light machine guns as a support unit within the unit, they allow us additional firepower. And with all support units and weapons within 0 hour, we determine the number of attacks using a random dice method of 3 dice. In the case of light machine guns, we take the highest single dice rolled. So in this case, there'll be a further 6 attacks using the light machine gun. So we have the 10 base attacks, we then have a further 6 attacks from the light machine gun. Undertaking a standard fire action, we require natural 6s to hit the target. So we now have 16 attacks, and from the 16 attacks, we make 3 hits. The target unit now gets an opportunity to try and save against those attacks. So for every hit made, we roll a dice against the target's defense value. And for the majority of units in 0 hour, the defense value is a 5 or a 6. So we're trying to get 5+ with these 3 dice. As you can see there, we failed on all 3, so 3 of the models are removed as casualties. We have another function in 0 hour. When you take casualties, there is an opportunity to actually hit the opponent's officer. So for every casualty received, you roll a d6 again. If any of these were a 6, the officer would potentially be the casualty. As you can see there, no officers were hurt in that action. The final thing to look at with the shooting of this unit has taken over 25% casualties from a single shooting action. They must therefore take a morale check. Morale is typically on 2d6. The morale for this unit will be a base level of 6 plus 1 for the junior officer, so they have a base level of 7 for morale. To pass your morale test, you need to match or get less than your morale on 2d6. As you can see there, we successfully passed the test and the unit is unaffected from the shooting, apart from the 3 casualties. So that was the standard fire action, which also takes one of the action points. Now if the unit hadn't moved, they would still have 2 action points available to them, and that would allow them to use their order for a more advanced shooting action. So for example, if they were able to use their order, they would be able to make a round of aim shooting. The shooting would have been as we determined earlier, but it would be with a +1 modifier. So using aim shooting, you're hitting on 5s instead of 6s. It does require the order, and it does require 2 action points. So having moved during the movement phase, they'd only have 1 action point available to them. They wouldn't be able to take the aimed shooting.